As one of the best running quarterbacks we have ever seen, what do you make of what Harbaugh has to say here?
Well, I don't doubt the fact that Lamar is not going to run the football.
Right.
I mean, I can see on average maybe 10 times a game, but I can't see Jim tipping his hat off to opposing, defensive coordinators who are going to be pretty much stacking the box and watching a lot of film, waiting for Lamar to take off, or, trying to game plan just to take away his strengths. The most important thing, and I think what they might not be trying to, tip their hat off to now is, Lamar progressing as a passer. And I would do the same thing. I mean, not just say that this is Harbaugh's game plan, or if he's trying to play a mind game with, defensive coordinators. That's all I can see it being. But that kid can't do what he did last year. I wouldn't want to see that.
Games.
Not over 16 games. He's starting week 1. He'll play a little bit in the preseason. Start week 1. This is his year. So, self-preservation is going to be the most important thing, and him, protecting himself and being accountable, throughout the entire season. But no, I wouldn't bet that. I can't see Lamar running as much as he did last year.
No, Skip. For me, if John Harbaugh is willing to take the over, I'm taking the under on 5-year career.
Yes.
He averaged running the ball 17 times a game in his starts, which was still more than Cam ran in 16 games. Skip, do you know if he averaged that over 16 games, that would be 272 rush attempts. That would have finished second behind Zeke Elliott last year.
Whoa.
Now, what quarterback can take 272 licks? Not to count the times he get hit in the back on a sack.
That's true.
Yes.
No way. No way. Now, maybe John is trying to, trying to be funny. Maybe he's trying to, who knows? Maybe he's like, well, I'm going to take the over. Maybe Lamar's not progressing as much as a passer as he's hoped. But there's no way, Skip, he can run more than what he ran last year. Skip, so basically you say, look, we saw what happened when he played San Diego on that Saturday night. They went down there, went up and down the field. After San Diego got a chance to study that game tape, you see what? They made him look really foolish until late in the game, and they just started playing, they played prevent, and they let him back in the ball game. Skip, first of all, I don't believe that style can win you a championship. And if you look at, even when Tebow had success, Skip, he had success against teams when they saw him the second time. Within his division, it didn't go well. Well, they've had a whole offseason to study what Lamar Jackson does really, really well and what he does really, really poorly. And what the great defensive coordinators do, they force you to your weak hand. So whatever you do bad, they're going to make you do that. And you're going to have to get good at that. And that's what the really great quarterbacks have been able to do. They reinvent themselves, and you try to force them to their weak hand, they good with it. Lamar Jackson can't run that many times, Skip. There's no way.
Quick point of order. This man to my left was simply the best running quarterback ever.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was very close.
No.
Because in Atlanta, the Michael Vick experience.
The Michael Vick experience. That thing was alive and well.
Hey.
Scary but fun.
The most you carried it in your career was in 2006 in Atlanta, and you carried it that year 123 times. You started all 16 games and carried it 123 times. The most you carried it in a single game was 15 times that year. Okay, just remember, Lamar started 6 games last year and carried it 24 more total times than Michael did in 16 games in your biggest rushing year.
That's crazy.
So this is revolutionary.
It ain't happening.
It's never even come close to happening. He only started 6 games and was running wild.
Yeah.
And I got to give the kid some credit. I thought he mostly protected himself pretty well. He took a couple of shots downfield, but I thought he had good self-preservation instincts where he would duck and give himself up, where you just have to, because you're not going to last very long.
Yeah.
But to me, even though I believe Lamar Jackson is a pretty good thrower of the football, pretty good, he is a great quarterback runner. And I don't throw that word around loosely. I'm not sure he's in your category as a elusive open field runner, but he can fly, man. And he has good instincts for how to, you have to be able to know when to go and feel your way through holes. And he's got all that because we saw it at Louisville again and again and again. He was a dominating player at Louisville for those,
he was unbelievable. The last 2 years,
last 2 years. So my point is, I think he's the Ezekiel Elliott of quarterbacks in that you can't try to preserve him because you're going to take away what he does so great.
Yeah.
So I think his window is going to be a little shorter than most. He's not going to play Tom Brady years.
Right.
You know?
Well, I think the thing is, Skip, is what you do is that when you subject your quarterback to that hit, it affects his throwing. Yeah. He's not a running back because running backs can take pounding. They're not going to have to throw the football. You don't have to worry about their shoulders. You got to let a guy run like this. And when Cam ran 130, you got to realize Cam Newton was 6'5", between 250 and 260.
He was.
Lamar Jackson is 212.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game. You look at Zeke, people are like, well, but Zeke is 225, 230. Todd Gurley is 230. Saquon Barkley, 230. To run that many times, you need girth. You need oomph. And Lamar Jackson you run him over. What he ran last year, Skip, you're talking about 2-3 years. Then you're going to be back in the market looking for a quarterback.
And as a quarterback, even if you're a running quarterback or just a pocket passer quarterback, you come into the game not wanting to get hit.
Right.
Like my intentions, part of my fear was, okay, I'm gonna step into this game and I'm gonna do my very best. But man, I know I got this entire defense coming at me.
Right.
So, the plan is not to get hit. You don't want to. And talking to James Urban, the quarterback coach, the plan was to let Lamar be as instinctive as he can be running the football. Not a lot of design runs.
But that's the problem. They designed the runs. They're running quarterback power like they did with Cam. Remember, they had the quarterback power.
Yeah.
They pulled the guard, pulled the fullback, and then have your quarterback carrying the ball. They was doing it
agree with that.
If you're going to let if Mike drop back the pass, okay, he checks one, checks two, nothing there, he takes off, that's one thing. But, Skip, when you call a design quarterback draw, you call a design quarterback power, you asking for trouble.
You know what you're getting.
And I'm trying to tee off on it. I'm trying to split your wig because you're a runner, Skip. You're not a quarterback. You're a runner.
Now, if it's 3rd and 2, and you crossing the 50, I hear that call and I get excited as a quarterback. Okay, now I'm gonna try to
Make
get 5 to 6 and get down, and I'm not looking for the big one because the big one is not gonna come all the time. We run as mobile quarterbacks thinking that we can hit the big one, and the reality is you're not gonna get the big one. Every play
you
like
don't get
you
the
did
big one, the big hit. That's what you
absolutely.
That's what you get.
I had my
big
fan.
And by the time you got to Philly, you were starting to break down.
I was more so, listening to Andy, detail, passing game, move the ball quicker. Right. It was fun.
Right. And Lamar's a little taller than you, but y'all about to say, they listed you at 210. You wasn't 210, Mike. You about 200.
Well, I was 207.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 207.
And what are
we
you?
always got to stretch it.
6 feet, 207.
Yeah, man. 5'11", 3/4, 6 feet, whatever you want to give me, I'll take it.
A little bit higher. You and Lamar talked about this heading into the season?
We spoke about it, and he's super confident in what he can do, but he wanted to progress as a passer.
Good. Yes, you got to. If you want longevity.
Yeah. Baltimore has to let him do what he does best. You can't turn him into a pure pocket
No.
He won't survive that way either.
That's over time.
Right. You can't be RG3. One year you have success doing it one way. The next year you come in like, I'm going to be Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do anything. Nope, don't come. I'm Peyton Manning. No. It's a progression.
Okay, so maybe he has 5 good years as opposed to 20 Brady years.
He'll have one good year if he carries the ball on average like he carried it last year. One. He carried the ball over 200 times as a quarterback. Oh, yeah. It's over.
It'll be difficult.
And you get so irritated because Tom Brady doesn't take any hits.
Tom Brady ain't
get rid of it. Get
ball
rid of
comes
it.
out of Tom's hands so fast.
Tom might have been hit 200 times total in his NFL career. Well, maybe a little more than that because he's gotten sacks, Skip. But can you imagine if Tom Brady took 270 hits in a season? Ain't no way he'd have played 20
he still
years.
He'll take a shot every once in a while.
And to your point earlier, when you get hit, you get up. You get hit, you get up. And it just takes a toll of your body over time. And you got to continue to you got to get stronger and stronger as the game go on as a quarterback in order to advance the ball down the field in the passing game. It's tough.
Okay, Michael, good stuff. It means football's around the corner with you back with us.
Excited.
It's exciting.
I can't wait.
Oh, good to have you.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.